questions about review stuff later on if you want, but now we're basically going to work from the pelvis down for yourself. So when you start with the pelvis, again, what are the muscles in the butt? Glutes. Everyone's heard gluteus before. Glutes. So you got two muscles we're going to find, gluteus medius and gluteus maximus. There's also a unique muscle that cats have called caudofemoralis. Caudal refers to what?
Cat's
Caudal. Caudal fin is tail. Caudal, not cuddle. Caudal. Caudal refers to tail. So from the tail to the femur, there's a muscle that comes, again, right where this tail comes off the body here, there's a little band muscle called caudofemoralis. That's kind of like a good landmark to start for yourself, because again, just pick the tail up, and right where it starts to come off the body is caudofemoralis. Other way you can do it, when the pelvis begins, basically, that's right where those glutes are going to be for yourself. So there's three muscles you're going to find. There's going to be gluteus medius, gluteus maximus sits on top of it, and then caudofemoralis. Again, you're going to see it just like that. Three muscles, and again, gluteus maximus is smaller, but it's on top of gluteus medius. So it's not a bigger muscle, but it does sit on top. For us, gluteus maximus is a bigger muscle, but again, it still also sits on top of gluteus medius. So again, right where the pelvis begins, that first portion of the muscle is the gluteus medius. You kind of poke around with your probe, you should be able to find a nice little layer that comes up. That's gluteus maximus. And the next layer that goes on top is that caudofemoralis. So work on the pelvis right there for yourself. Pick away at that, the connective tissue, gluteus medius, gluteus maximus, then again caudofemoralis. Three muscles that way. On the inside of the thigh now, again, two superficial muscles. Now we get kind of to the groin muscles, and we're going to get to adduction. What does adduction mean? Bring it what? Toward the midline, basically, absolutely. So adductors, again, adductors are going to basically bring the legs together, squeeze them together. Those are your groin muscles more than anything. So when you have the thigh nice and cleaned up, typically you can see an artery and vein going down the center, you see an artery and vein going down this way, and it separates the two superficial muscles. The one on top here is called sartorius. The one on the bottom, again, is called gracilis. Uncut, it looks just like this. Sartorius versus gracilis. They're two flat superficial muscles in the inner thigh. Sartorius versus gracilis. You're going to cut both of those, open them up.
Sartorius versus what muscle?
Sartorius and gracilis. Sartorius is there, then gracilis is labeled somewhere. Flip the page. Gracilis is over there. Okay, I don't like that list, so I do it. Okay, list is in my head.
Okay.
So sartorius versus gracilis. Sartorius versus gracilis. Again, both those muscles, you're going to cut them, peel them back for yourself. And you're going to see a bunch of muscles on the inside here now. What are the muscles on top of your thigh? Quads. Quads means what? Four. We're only going to do three parts of the quadricep muscle. Okay? So, on the top portion here, right on top of the femur, you're going to see three muscles. There's a vastus medialis, a more medial one. There's a vastus lateralis, a more lateral one. Then there's the rectus femoris. Those are three of the quadricep muscles. The fourth one is deep. We're not going to cut into it, so don't even worry about it. So vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, and then rectus femoris. The most lateral muscle, again, here's vastus lateralis. We go even more lateral. You see this big flat muscle like this. You see this big connective tissue band? It's a big tendon. The muscle belly is up over here. This muscle here tenses this lateral fascia. That's what the muscle does. The muscle is called tensor fascia lata. Tensor fascia lata. It's a muscle that tenses the lateral fascia of your leg. If you've ever been a runner, ITB band syndrome, you ever heard that before? That's basically dealing with this right here, your iliotibial band, basically. Okay? So again, the muscle is tensor fascia lata. It's the most lateral muscle you're going to see. It's got a short little muscle belly to it with a long flat tendon, basically. Okay, so we'll do that again. Superficial side there, again, that's the sartorius. Cut that muscle, peel it back. And on the inside there, you find your quads. We're only going to care about three of them, basically. Vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, and then vastus intermedius. Rectus femoris. Rectus femoris. Vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, and then rectus femoris. Those are three quads you got to do. Okay? Then lateral to vastus lateralis is that tensor fascia lata. Small little muscle belly. It comes off the top of the pelvis over here, comes down, and you got that big band right there. Your tensor fascia lata. Okay? I'll show you the medial stuff. We'll go over again later when we finish it up. But on the medial surface now, these are where you have your adductors. Again, these muscles contract. What are they going to do? They're going to pull the thighs together, basically. So these are your adductors. Don't be confused. This is one muscle. It's just going to get shredded apart at this point. But two things you're going to see here. This first one here is called adductor longus. Adductor longus. The next portion, this pink muscle here, is called adductor femoris. So you got adductor longus, then adductor femoris. Sometimes you'll see an artery or nerve coming right through it, but it's one muscle. Okay? Adductor longus, adductor femoris. Then you kind of go into the hamstring muscles. You see two muscles down here. This is called semimembranosus and then semitendinosus. Okay? So we'll get into these again, but for now, start with the glutes, medius, maximus, caudofemoralis. Find sartorius and gracilis, reflect them, peel them back. Work on the quads, then we'll revisit the adductors next, basically. Okay? Go ahead.